Hi, Gavin. Welcome to IoTWorld. Thanks for joining us. Maybe you want to give a little bit of a brief introduction to all the attendees out there.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jeff. My name's Gavin Cohen, and I'm responsible for marketing at Zebrium.
Great. And so what does Zebrium do?
So that's a great question. So we build a CI/CD forensics platform, CI/CD being continuous integration, continuous delivery, or continuous deployment. And our goal is to help technology vendors really with three key things. First of all, to speed up development cycles, to increase or improve the quality of their products, and most importantly, to reduce the strain that happens on their developers and testers whenever there are problems.
So Zebrium must really help developers and testers a lot, as you mentioned, as part of the engineering lifecycle. What specifically does Zebrium offer developers, testers that they couldn't get otherwise or elsewhere?
Yeah, absolutely. So our CI/CD forensics platform firstly helps automate the detection and triage of issues even when they're missed by automated tests, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. After we've done that, the issue gets assigned to an engineer, and we use machine learning basically to take huge volumes of log files and metrics and turn them into a visualized heat map which points at the most likely areas where the problems are. So it stops them having to kind of hunt for the needle in the haystack and get straight down to the root cause to solve the problem. And then, once we've done those two things, we suggest a signature. We have a signature builder that creates a signature that's like a definitive fingerprint of the characteristics of the problem, so that next time it happens, either in build or in production, we can automatically identify the issue and prevent them from having to triage and solve it manually.
Yeah, very cool. So you mentioned log file analytics. Your solution must include an analytical database. What were you looking for to address the ability to manage the scale and the volume, maybe a little bit behind the decision around an embedded analytical database?
Yeah, indeed. So we manage, as I said, huge volumes of data. And the way that our platform works is we ingest raw log files and metric streams, but log files in particular come in unstructured. So we use machine learning to structure and schematize every line in the log file by event type, and then we produce a column in database tables for every single parameter and every line inside the log. So you can imagine huge volumes of data that we handle and then process. And then all the machine learning algorithms that go into our heat map and the way that we present the data back to the user all exercise the database very heavily. So we place very large demands on the underlying platform. When we set out to build our technology, we really had three things in mind for the underlying database platform. The first one was high scalability. The second one was the ability to run massive aggregate queries at extremely high speed, and that was probably our most important requirement. And the third was just the flexibility to be able to run the solution that we adopted on-prem for development, but really to deploy it in the cloud for our customers, which is where our solution ultimately lives. And we looked at all the open source platforms available at the time, as well as commercial offerings, and Vertica just excelled in all those three areas. So what we've done today is we build and deliver our CI/CD forensics platform. Underlying it is Vertica, which does all the, stores the database and delivers the data back to us at the right speed. And what our users see is just an incredibly fast user experience.
That's great. No, thanks. So you went into all the different alternatives that you looked at. You were looking at speed, you were looking at scale, looking at performance. What else does Vertica offer, or what else can you explain in terms of the decision making, why ultimately Vertica was chosen as the underlying database?
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, very key to it was the ability to natively run in the clouds, on AWS in particular. And Vertica recently introduced their Eon platform. That gave us the perfect mechanism to be able to deploy something that was scalable, where we could spin up and down nodes, leverage native storage inside AWS, and really just provide the right experience for our customer as their loads increased or decreased.
So there are a lot of vendors or a lot of companies that come up and maybe they're building the next edge device and say, oh, I'm a hardware guy. What do you say to those people that are either attending or that are exhibiting? What does software have to do with them, and why would they even consider Zebrium if they're a hardware type of company?
So actually, we really think of ourselves as a company that helps software developers, because if you think about it, anybody building a device is really building software. The majority of what goes on there is inside software, and that's where we come in. So we help them, again, shorten the dev cycles, improve the quality of their products, and then reduce the strain on the developers in terms of how we help resolve and identify problems when they do occur.
Great. So what does the future hold for Zebrium?
Yeah, so we're a very young company. We've been out in the market in early access since early this year, early 2019, and we're really seeing enormous traction with the customers that we're talking to. We're engaging with developers and testers. There's no kind of pre-learning or pre-setup required with our software, so it ingests log files and metrics in their native format, and then the unassisted machine learning kicks in so that the customer doesn't have to build parsing expressions and create custom scripts and do all the data wrangling involved in getting the data into our platform in a way that we can use it. We ingest it, our machine learning structures the data, and then we present it back to them through a UI that helps solve problems and create signatures and access directly to the underlying data in perfectly structured, schematized tables that they can get at the data in a very effective manner.
Thank you, Gavin, for stopping by. And choosing Vertica, most importantly, is a strategic part of your solution. And I'd recommend anyone at the exhibit to stop by, make sure you meet with Gavin. My name is Jeff, and we want to understand how, specifically if you're a developer or a tester, how we can help with continuous improvement, continuous delivery in a very analytical driven way, all powered by machine learning. So I want to thank you, and thank you, Gavin.
Thank you very much.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jeff.